You've heard of unconditional love, but have you heard of the secret to unconditional happiness and allowing more into your life? More wealth, more success, and more love. More freedom in your life right now. Welcome to the Happy Bar with Israel Savage. It's such a parallel with our improvisation scenes that we do, this idea of I don't know what's happening, but I do know something amazing is brewing. Mm-hmm. And being in that place of something amazing is just around the corner, something amazing, that expectation and feeling our way through, that's the guidance. You can kind of see it. It's like a beacon. The same is true. Oh, this is going to flop. It's going to be a disaster. That's also a beacon. And that's what you're guiding. And so in a way, it's like, well, a golf ball is coming to mind, but there's anything that you throw and then you have to go and find it, right? A flare that you shoot or whatever it is. Whatever that pre-paving is that you're doing, that expectancy that you have for the outcome, well, that is coding your next step and your next step and your next step, because your physical self is going to seek to fulfill whatever the expectancy is. Just like a child, if you've ever babysat or had nieces or nephews or what have you, the second that you say to your kid, even now, my daughter is 12, the second you say to your kid, oh, you're so hyper, they go off the charts hyper. If you thought you saw hyper. Similarly, oh, you're so attentive. I love the way that you just listen. You're a great listener. Then you thought you had seen great listening, but then you see even more. And I saw it even last night with my 12-year-old. She was making some comments, and I don't know if it was my son or me or my wife that said, wow, those are really unkind or something. She didn't stop saying unkind things. She doubled down and said things that I never would have expected her to say, but that were unkinder, right? And so we have this thing where we want to prove ourselves right. And when we're kids, we want to prove our parents right. And when we're adults, we want to prove that parentalized voice in our heads right. That's still there. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy that starts to happen. And I'm conscious of it now. So I know when I'm susceptible to it, and I know when to allow it and when not to allow it most times. And so, sometimes people will do it to me and they'll say, oh, Israel, I know how good you are at communicating, and gosh, you just say just the right thing. So would you mind taking a look at this letter for me? I just trust your opinion. So, and then I'm like, oh, sure. I'm so good at communicating, and I'm so this. And
it's like an endowance.
Yes, it's exactly that. And know we have the power to give that to ourselves. We are homing pigeons. That's what we are. Our physical self is a homing pigeon. If you liked what you just heard, then take inspired action now. That's right, act while you are feeling good. And build on your momentum. Schedule your free discovery call with me at INstudios-nyc.com/happybar.